Claudia, let's talk about the moment that everything changed. Okay. How did you discover that something was wrong?
Pain, pain. And that pain that I was speaking to you about
Yes.
was sourced from that lump. So I told my mother about it. My mom was like, by the end of the day, you must be seen, you must be assessed for that pain that you keep complaining about.
Oh, wow.
It was unnatural for me to live with that reality that I had cancer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think up until that point, I was also feeling sorry for myself that if this is a real diagnosis, woe is me. Why me? And okay, I can sit here and continue to be sorry for myself, or I can start preparing for the other side of this. And so that's what I did.
Do you think they were just telling you that to make you either feel better or not scared?
I think it's an ignorance that exists in the healthcare system towards Black women.
What are some misconceptions that people have about single women these days?
You want me to answer that honestly?
Welcome to Diaspora Dad. I have a special guest, my good friend Claudia. Hi, Claudia. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. So, for people who don't know you, how would you introduce yourself to them?
I am a Nigerian-American, proud Igbo woman, eldest of 6, and now cancer survivor.
Wow, that's very wonderful.
Yeah.
So, what's one thing about you that people often overlook?
I feel like human beings, they can't help it. When you look at someone, it's like judging a book by its cover, right?
Yes.
Oftentimes, especially in the workplace, growing up, I've always been looked at as too strong, intimidating, but I'm just a human being. I'm vulnerable. I won't say I'm too soft. I'm not really soft, but
yes.
But I'm a human being. I bleed like you. I hurt. I have feelings.
Yes.
But a lot of stereotypes are kind of thrown at me, whether I ask for it or invite it or not.
Yes.
And so I would say the most overlooked thing is that I'm a human being.
Well said. Okay, so you mentioned you're Igbo.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up in America, how was that for you?
Growing up in America as a Nigerian-American,
Yes.
Igbo,
Yes.
interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. I was tasked with the responsibility and the challenge of like simultaneously navigating 2 different identities. American identity, Nigerian identity.
Yes.
You step into my household, it's a traditional Nigerian household.
Yes.
Our food, our language, our culture, our values. You step outside the door, you're navigating American freedoms, American norms. It shaped me.
Yes.
It made me resilient.
Yes.
It taught me to learn how to, like stand on my own too.
Yes.
As as an individual with my own individuality. But it wasn't without its challenges.
I see.
But I'm better for it though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what parts of your culture were really strong in your household, and what are other parts of your culture that you learned later on in life?
Education. Education was paramount. Always striving to be the best. However, I will say that being the eldest of 6 in a traditional Nigerian household, I wasn't allowed to make a mistake. I lived with the pressure of always being perfect. And I had to learn how to live for myself and be authentically me and welcome mistakes, welcome failure. That was a huge struggle for me growing up. Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right. So I'm also the oldest of 6 kids.
Yeah.
So we have that in common.
Yeah.
Did you feel that you were responsible for your younger siblings?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. I was tasked with, taking care of my siblings, helping them out. I would come home from school before I started my homework. I would help them with their homework. I would make sure that they ate. Sometimes, my mom would come home and she'd be like, hey, did so-and-so eat? Did so-and-so eat? I'm like, Did you ask if I ate? did I eat?
Yes.
I need some pampering too.
Yes.
But like I said, it comes with being the eldest. But I think it's something you can't teach either.
I see.
It's compassion that you kind of are born with. And it's actually why I became a nurse, to be honest with you. But yeah, yes.
Awesome. Very well. Very well.
Yeah.
All right. Claudia, let's talk about the moment that everything changed. Okay. How did you discover that something was wrong?
Pain. My body was in pain, excruciating pain. And that pain continued to grow. I found a lump in my left breast, and that pain that I was speaking to you about
Yes.
was sourced from that lump. So I went to my doctor,
Yes.
and told him I was in pain and explained to him, hey, I'm having issues here. Is this normal? What do I do? He didn't assess me. He actually told me, I left that doctor's visit with, if you're in pain in the next 3 months, come back.
Wow.
Can you imagine someone telling you, hey, if your pain persists
Yes.
in 3 months, then call me back up.
Wow.
He didn't assess, he didn't look, nothing. Told my mother about it. My mom was like, by the end of the day, you must be seen, you must be assessed for that pain that you keep complaining about.
Oh, wow.
Find another doctor. So I found another doctor within a 24-hour period. Yes. And that doctor assessed me. And he's partly the reason why I'm alive today, because he's the one that got the ball rolling. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So what was your reaction when you found out about the diagnosis?
I was in denial. Was young. I lived healthy. I was a track runner in high school. I had like a pescatarian diet / vegan / I was a very healthy person, still a healthy person. But I didn't think cancer can happen to me. I thought it was a dream. I mean, it's something you see, it's something you help other people through, but it was unnatural for me to live with that reality that I had cancer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was, at the time, what were your biggest fears?
Death. That was the biggest fear, that I wouldn't be here anymore.
Wow.
That was my biggest fear. But strangely and fortunately, cancer actually, I'm grateful for cancer. I'm grateful for my struggle, because I learned that there's nothing scary about death if you've been living the right way. Yeah. So my faith was a huge part of my cancer journey. And also the person I am after having lived that cancer journey is a better person. It's a different human being than you knew before. It's a different person.
Wow.
And it was very transformative, but I'm still transforming from that experience. And I'm grateful for that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did your family or your community respond to the news?
Yeah. So oftentimes in a Nigerian household, traditionally, cancer can be seen as like a stigma.
Yes.
Spiritually, physically,
Yes.
can be even seen as a curse in some families.
Yes.
So initially, I was not encouraged to speak about my diagnosis at all. My choice to speak about it was mine alone. My parents did not encourage that. It was mine alone. And I did it because I felt that I'm Nigerian, I'm young, and I have cancer. What if there's someone else just like me that is dealing with this? Are we all in this community dealing with it in silence? I'm going to speak up.
Wonderful.
And so I got vocal about it. And to be honest with you, my community, heralded me, they supported me, and I feel like they healed me. They helped heal me. So community is very important. And I'm hoping that through my speaking out, we can continue to support one another and help each other heal through cancer.
Fantastic. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I've had the privilege to have treated some cancer patients in the scope of physical therapy.
Yeah.
They always tell me that some days they just felt like giving up,
Yeah.
Were there days that you felt like giving up, and what stops you from not giving up?
So initially when I was diagnosed, I told you I was in denial
Yes.
initially.
Yes.
Um, and, every day I would be living with that denial until reality hit. And reality hit when I saw the actual histology and pathological report, and I started treatment. When I started treatment, it was very quick. Maybe about a week in, I started losing my hair. And up until this point, I had looked, the reason why I was in denial is because I still looked like me.
Oh.
But a week into this treatment, I didn't look like me anymore. I looked in the mirror and saw that, oh, wow, I really look sick. It was a realization I didn't want to face, but I had to. And I think up until that point, I was also feeling sorry for myself, that if this is a real diagnosis, woe is me. Why me? And at that moment, when I realized, oh, wow, I'm sick. Look at my hair. It's falling out. Like, I look like a cancer patient. Like, I look sick. At that moment, I realized that, okay, I can sit here and continue to be sorry for myself, or I can start preparing for the other side of this. And so that's what I did. I can sit here and dwell in this, or I can start preparing to be living a life after this. And so I put my energy and my focus into living after, which is why I'm here with you today.
That's wonderful. Very powerful stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this journey, what has it taught you about life, faith, and even being a woman in America?
So being a nurse and then also being a cancer patient, I experienced a lot of things that I can't unsee,
Yeah.
I can't unlearn, and I can't unfeel. The medical system and the healthcare system was not built with the Black woman in mind. I faced discrimination. I was misdiagnosed initially.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did they diagnose you with?
So they diagnosed me with triple negative breast cancer, and I was staged at 3B.
Okay.
Once my case was presented to the tumor board,
Yes.
and they did like further testing, they saw that it was actually like metaplastic carcinoma of like the squamous cell differentiation, epithelial cell differentiation. So it was a subtype of triple negative breast cancer.
Wow.
Yeah, it actually was more aggressive
than what you thought.
Yes, extremely, and very rare.
Wow.
Very rare. So it was very eye-opening. The experience from that lens was very eye-opening, and it actually inspired me to create my own foundation.
Oh, wow.
To be honest with you, a lot of the inequities that I witnessed, that I faced, that I experienced, I didn't want another Black woman to face. I didn't want that.
Amazing.
Yeah. So initially I was misdiagnosed.
Yes.
And then to start, remember how I told you that I had another doctor within a 24-hour period?
Yes.
That doctor wrote me a prescription to get a mammogram. So that we can continue the testing and find out what was going on.
Wow.
I went to the breast cancer imaging center with that prescription and was turned away.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. What did they say? Why?
It was during Breast Cancer Awareness Month, ironically, and they were doing free screenings for women that were at risk, which means you were 40 and up. I was 35,
Wow.
going on 36, and I was a Black woman.
Yes.
Looking young, healthy, vibrant.
Yes.
The lady said, come back at a later time.
Wow.
Had I come back at a later time, I probably wouldn't be sitting here with you today. That cancer was very aggressive. And in order to start that process, I had to get a mammogram.
Yes.
Very simply,
right.
just screened. I couldn't even get screened. And a common theme that I kept hearing from the first doctor, from every doctor, you're too young for cancer. It's probably just your hormones. When young women menstruate, the tissue becomes dense and fibrous, and, come back when you're, if you keep having this persistent pain, you're too young, you're too young, you're too young. This is all I kept hearing. And I was just like, if I listened to you guys,
Yes.
knowing what I know now,
Yes.
had I listened to you guys, where would I be today?
Yeah, that is
Where would I
something.
be?
Do you think they were just telling you that to make you either feel better or not scared?
I think it's an ignorance that exists in the healthcare system towards Black women.
Mm.
Our pain is ignored. I complained about pain. You think I don't know I'm in pain? It was ignored, And then the necessity to get screened and treated just as equally as anyone else was dismissed.
Wow.
Yeah. So there were a lot of experiences. Unfortunately, I can't sit here and divulge with you about all of them, but there were a number of inequities and challenges and hurdles that I experienced as patient, nurse, Black woman. And it was very eye-opening and very insightful. And it's what propelled me to move forward with my own foundation.
That's fantastic. And I look forward to talking about that foundation.
Yeah.
Now, so you were a nurse before all this happened,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so how was being a nurse? How did that help you navigate this whole journey of cancer?
So cancer is a great equalizer. I would say that. It doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, nurse, doctor, janitor, doesn't matter. Cancer is the almighty equalizer, in my opinion. The only benefit I would say is that I knew my rights. As a patient, I knew my rights. And a lot of patients don't know their rights. I also knew what was available to me as a patient as well. For example, when I was diagnosed and we were getting my treatment plan, my parents were with me. As I told you, I was young, 35 going on 36, no kids, not married. I had my oncologist at the time tell me, oh, well, let's go ahead and, draft up your treatment plan. Let's go ahead and get you started. My father is the one who spoke up and said, but what about freezing her eggs? My father.
Wow.
Not the oncologist.
Yes.
Meanwhile, that is a standard suggestion for anyone that is in that age range to go to the reproductive oncologist and freeze your eggs. But it was not even mentioned until my father came up with that.
Wow.
Right. So it's just examples like that, that I had to experience and endure. And it's so, right now, it's like at the forefront of everything that I'm doing. It's my approach. It's the reason why my philosophy for nursing has changed altogether. I approach nursing with compassion, with empathy, and with like a culturally aligned support or approach, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well said. Yeah. Okay. So being a nurse, right? Being a Nigerian nurse, why do you think our people are so resilient in healthcare?
Our people are resilient in healthcare because our upbringing is what prepared us for that. It's our foundation. It's our foundation. Resilience is in our DNA. Of course, there are biases and prejudices that exist, and we overcome. I mean, it's in our history. Look at Nigerian history. I think we're resilient because as a people, we're strong. We don't give up. We're hard workers. Oftentimes, people like to focus on, the negative stigma and stereotype of Nigerians. But there are a lot of positives that are not highlighted enough. And one of those positives is our resilience.
Wonderful. Very well said. So you took your pain and you turned it into purpose.
Yes.
Tell us about your foundation. How did it begin?
Yeah. So my foundation is basically, it's called After Fire Foundation.
Yes.
And it was born out of necessity because of the gaps that I experienced through my ringing of the bell, which symbolizes surviving cancer. There were a multitude of challenges that I experienced after ringing the bell. A lot of people don't realize that surviving cancer and surviving after cancer are two different battles. Two different battles. And a lot of Black women are left to navigate that second battle, surviving after cancer, entirely on their own. There is no roadmap after you ring that bell. There is no emotional support. There is no culturally aligned community to go to. Nothing.
Wow.
So After Fire Foundation was created, again, out of support, out of necessity. I founded the organization so that Black women don't have to navigate the aftermath of cancer alone.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Was there like a particular moment or something that just triggered that light bulb in your brain? Like, I need to do this now.
My friend died. Yeah.
Wow.
My friend died. She died of cancer. She didn't have breast cancer. It was lung cancer. My foundation is not specific on a type of cancer. It's just survival of cancer. We're helping you. We're supporting you to help you rebuild your life, help you establish normalcy, help you get back on your feet, just help to encourage you, help to provide that support, give you a safe space, give you the community that I didn't have, that I didn't need, that I wanted, that I so badly needed after cancer. There was no guidance on my mind, my body, my finances, my identity, nothing. So, after ringing the bell and trying to return back to the workplace and find my new normal and rebuild my life and recover from the devastating fire that I had just gone through, I realized if I'm going through this and I actually have my family support, what about those women that are single? A lot of Black women are single mothers. Look at the statistics.
Yes.
Single mothers, they're working one or two jobs, no support. My mother was with me actually during one of the treatments. And we noticed a lot of the patients, which were Black, who looked like me, they didn't have good health insurance. And they were turned away. They were simply turned away. And weeks would go by and we wouldn't see them in that infusion room. They were no longer here. They continue to fall through the cracks. They continue to be a statistic. I didn't want that anymore. One is enough. One is too much. And when it happened to my friend, I said, I think it's time.
Okay. That's very powerful. So with your foundation, do you guys offer like support or education, or what are the things that you offer or want to offer to people?
Yeah. So our mission is founded on 5 pillars: emotional restoration, culturally aligned support, policy change, research and representation, and survivor dignity.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
So can you elaborate a little bit more on those things? Okay.
Yeah. So emotional restoration is where we help survivors to rebuild their lives after the trauma of treatment, after misdiagnosis, fear, policy change. We advocate for survivorship to be treated as a critical phase of the national cancer policy. And research and representation. I have personal experience with this. Black women are grossly underrepresented in cancer research. When I had cancer, I completed the saliva and the blood BRCA testing. Both tests came back inconclusive.
Really?
Yes. Not because the test failed, but because, as my oncologist told me, there's not enough data from people who look like you. That is a horrible gap that After Fire Foundation is working to close.
Wonderful.
Additionally, survivor dignity. Survivor dignity, no woman should feel, ignored, dismissed. Survivorship deserves structure, support, and respect. And so we're working to, garner those things.
This is your wonderful foundation, right, that you're working on. Is there like a specific story from it that sticks with you every day? Like when you wake up, you think about, oh yes, this is what continues to motivate me to continue this foundation.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So After Fire Foundation, like I said, it was born out of necessity.
Yes.
It's something that doesn't exist. It does not. I'm the only Nigerian-American founder of a foundation like this. The problem is a lot of people don't know that survivorship is also a part of the cancer journey. So After Fire focuses on the after the fire, not just treatment. And there are a lot of foundations and organizations devoted to, cancer treatment. We focus on after the fire. Okay. So we help you with, restoring your emotional, capability, getting back on your feet, providing that support. We hope to offer micro grants for women who want to go back to school, women who want to get back in the workforce but need training, specific training, education for post-care after cancer, surgeries, diet, nutrition, lifestyle. These are all very important and they're completely just overlooked.
Yes. I can see that happen.
Yeah.
What are some things that you wish that Nigerians and even Africans knew more about cancer?
I wish they knew that we can learn from one another by speaking about it. A lot of Nigerians suffer in silence. A lot of Nigerians suffer in silence. I can name 5 from the top, just 5 that died this year from cancer. Nigerians. They're dying younger and younger. And no one knew they were sick, by the way. No one knew they were sick.
I know earlier you talked about the whole idea of it being maybe a stigma in our community.
Mm-hmm.
And we spoke earlier, I had a good friend who passed away from cancer too. Oh, thank you. Why though do we not want to talk about it? Our community.
I feel like we are so enmeshed in our beliefs as a people. Our culture really, stamps that stigma of sickness, illness, attack. I wish that we kind of would, cross that primitive and prehistoric thinking and kind of learn that educational resources are out there that we can benefit more, even greater as a community. I told you that the community contributed to my healing. The Nigerian community in Houston contributed to my healing greatly. But we can do so much more. We can do so much more. And I think that what we have significance in and what we can actually have power in is our voice. If we speak about it, we can't learn, we can't know if we don't know. We have to speak about it.
That's right. Totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I really thank you for sharing all this information with us.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to switch gears a little bit. Okay. I know you're a young, single, wonderful lady.
Oh, Lord.
Growing up, both before and after your cancer, did you feel pressure to maybe get married? Things like that. Did you ever feel pressure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of women growing up or young females growing up, Nigerian and in their traditional households, maybe for the men or for the boys. I mean, I saw it firsthand. My brothers, they were always encouraged to, go to the top of the career. Go for careers that are going to engineering, do medicine, whatever that will make you the most money.
Right.
The girls, if you clean that dish properly, you'll find a good husband. Learn how to make this obono soup so your husband will be happy. When you have a husband, everything is prefaced. You are kind of groomed to know and understand, I'm only here for a husband. Yeah. So you definitely are reared in that way. But like I said earlier, I've learned to kind of, that's part of the identities I was telling you that I've learned to navigate and live more authentically in my individuality. I learned to live more, authentically to myself and what makes me happy and what I deem successful and what I think matters most to me, what's most meaningful to me.
Wonderful. Yeah. Okay. Now, we grew up in America.
Yeah.
And we do know a lot of people that grew up back in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that single women that are here in the diaspora are treated differently from single women that are that grew up in Nigeria?
Yeah.
Okay. And how so?
I do. For instance, my brother, hopefully he doesn't mind me speaking for this. My brother just got married not too long ago, maybe a couple of years ago, to a woman that was born and raised in Nigeria. And most of my brothers, if not all of them, were dating women in the diaspora, right?
Yes.
We were born here. We're going to assimilate with what's around us and what's accessible, right?
Yes.
But for some reason, the fact that his now wife, was born there, it seemed like she was more valued because she had more culture or she was more Nigerian. That makes sense. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would say that's the difference.
Wow. That's well said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are your thoughts about your cancer journey? Or did it affect your dating or marriage?
I didn't date at all while I was sick. I didn't date at all while I was recovering. So when I was sick, so treatment was about a whole year. I would say about an entire year. And then I had some surgeries for the following year. And then I had to recover from all those things because there's delayed effects from chemo and radiation. And then, of course, you have your additional, I've lost, life is more important.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I lost teeth, I lost organs, I lost a lot to cancer, but I didn't lose my life, so I'm grateful. But as far as what were we talking about? Sorry.
Oh, how did it affect your dating?
Oh yeah.
Getting married.
Sorry. See how I don't care.
No.
I see how much is far removed from my mind. So as far as dating, I think initially before cancer, so there's two different versions of me.
Okay.
Before cancer and after cancer.
Okay.
Before cancer, I thought that dating was an ingredient that was necessary for happiness in life. Cancer put things in perspective for me and changed that completely. Now, I attribute other things to happiness. Happiness is from within, completely from within. If someone adds to that, great. It's not something I'm looking for. As far as my cancer journey affecting dating, I've intentionally chosen not to date after my recovery period, and then also after navigating life post-cancer.
Yes.
My focus is on me. Period. And so, if God, wants it, I accept it with open arms. But for now, my priority and my happiness and what means success and happiness for me, meaning for me, is just making whatever makes me happy. And right now, it's my foundation, to be honest with you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. So What are some misconceptions that people have about single women these days?
You want me to answer that honestly? I think that a huge misconception is that if you're single, right,
hmm
you're promiscuous.
hmm
I'm not. Um, I think every woman, it's not a one size fits all.
Right.
We're all different. We all have different values. We were
Right.
all brought up differently. I have a different upbringing. I have different values. Um, but I think the biggest misconception of single women is that they're they're fast, they're loose, they're promiscuous, they're out there, as my father would like to say, out there. So yeah.
Okay. So,
Mhm.
what do you tell those single women today about self identity and self worth?
Man, that's a huge one because with social media out there, there's a lot of, I feel personally, there's a lot of people that are vulnerable to like inflation of self. Um, so when it comes to that, I don't feel like I can get through to those type of people, but, and you know, I feel like individuality is so important. Living authentically is so important. But I feel like, you know, you don't have to listen to me. I feel like whatever means anything to you, whatever, you know, makes you happy, as long as you're respecting yourself, by all means do it, you know? Um, I'm very big on, you know, comporting yourself and carrying yourself in a way that will make your ancestors proud.
Mm.
I don't know why that is. I've always been that way. I move in a way that my ancestors who sacrificed before me and wished for the life that I live now, I always want to make them proud. And so that's how I live. If I can give advice, if you care to listen, that would be my advice to them.
That's some good advice.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about life after cancer.
Yeah.
Um, what do you think is the biggest thing that has changed about you?
My philosophy of life. My philosophy of life. And then also my frame of mind. Uh Before I had cancer and when I was diagnosed with cancer, I told you initially it was like, woe is me, why me? So my frame of mind was, this is happening to me. Why is this happening to me? Post cancer, I told you I'm now grateful that I had cancer, right?
Yes.
Cancer happened for me. For me. I learned so much from that experience. It toughened me in a way that I don't think I don't think I would have experienced it any other way. That was the only hardship I've ever had in life, and it was a pretty big one.
Yes.
But I think it was the most. I don't feel that I would be the woman I am today, which I believe is 1,000 times better than the one that existed before cancer. I don't think that I would be this person today if not for cancer.
Mm.
Yeah, everything's different. Everything is different. The way I view life is different. The things that matter to me are different. My philosophy on life and the way I treat people are different. I so I'm a nurse, but I run like a clinical center, so I have employees, right?
Yes.
And pre-cancer, if someone had come to me and asked, "Oh, can I have this day off and can I do this with my family and can I do that?" I would have looked at the schedule and I would have looked at the coverage and I would have been like, no, no, you can't. But now, oh, you want to do with your family? Oh, you can't get that time back. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and take the time off. Life is different.
Yes. Yes.
Life is different. Yeah. I value life a lot more. I appreciate life a lot more. I wake up and I'm just grateful to be breathing. I'm simply grateful to be able to open my eyes and be able to live another day.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Very wonderful. Are there other beliefs that maybe you see yourself guarding more? Any, beliefs or habits that you're guarding more?
Yeah. My energy, the people that I surround myself with. I guard my mind, I guard my spirit, and I guard my energy. I make sure it's only positivity, it's only good things that I give myself. Because you can't, it's not only nutrition that you'll be feeding yourself with health, it's your mind too. It's your mind. I actually think that my mind, if I had not changed my mentality, I wouldn't have survived cancer. I wouldn't have survived cancer. Because imagine it, you are already sick,
Right.
and then depression is a sickness.
Yes.
So you're adding another sickness on top of another sickness. How are you supposed to survive that?
Absolutely.
You're not even equipped to fight. You're just adding to the layers of sickness. So I think one thing that a lot of people overlook or don't think about is your mind. Your mind frame is very important. And I always say now, after cancer, my superpower is my mental fortitude.
Wow.
Yeah. Your mind. Guard your mind.
Very well said. Okay. So, Claudia, what does hope look like for you today?
Hope. Hope is just being able to live a life that if I was to die tomorrow, I'm proud that I lived that life. I'm happy that I got those experiences. Gratefulness, gratitude. That's hope for me.
Well said.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are you most excited about in this your new chapter of life?
Living. Just living authentically, doing things that are meaningful to me. I told you I grew up the eldest of 6.
Yes.
I took care of others before taking care of myself. It even applied to like my adulthood, my young adulthood, throughout my whole entire life. I was a people pleaser. And after cancer, having to forcefully put myself in the forefront, which was unnatural for me.
Yes.
It changed my whole entire outlook on life. And I loved putting myself first. This is different, is how I felt. I was like, oh, this is new. I like it. So yeah, doing things that make me happy. Doing things that give me meaning, purpose. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So for a young kid out there, a young adult
Yeah.
that's in Toronto or in Milan
Yeah.
and watching this podcast
Yeah.
and they have an illness, what message do you want to give to them specifically?
Listen to your body. If you feel like you need to rest, rest. If you feel like you need a break, take a break. Stress is a killer. But all hope is not lost. You can do whatever you want. It's all here. It's all here.
Fantastic.
You're stronger than you think.
Fantastic. Okay. Now, specifically to the Nigerian community, what do you want to tell them about greening and detection and things like that?
Early detection saves lives. Period. Early detection saves lives. But also community, as far as Nigerians are concerned. I feel like everyone in general, but just this message is directly to my Nigerian people.
Yes.
Early detection saves lives, but so does community. Talk. Speak up. Don't suffer in silence. It's not a flex, like the young kids like to say. It's a weird flex to suffer in silence. Don't suffer in silence. Speak up. Let's heal one another as a community.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. And what do you think that we in this our community can do better to support people that have, illnesses?
Listen. Support any way you can. Get involved. Participate with Afterfire Foundation. Be part of communities that help support one another in those ways. Talking to people, providing a safe space, being a safe landing place for people. And I think most importantly, acknowledging pain. If someone's in pain, acknowledge it, listen to it, provide compassion. That's a big part of community,
Right.
you know?
Very well said. So how can we in diaspora support your foundation and your mission?
So they can get on the website
Yeah.
and get on the website, search how they can get involved and start participating there, and hopefully volunteer and help some other survivors thrive after cancer.
Okay. Wonderful.
Ah,
So for you to take out the time to come and talk about a highly personal situation
mhm,
to the entire world,
mhm.
I mean, that tells the type of resilient person you are,
Oh,
honestly.
thank
So,
you.
of course. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Claudia, looking back at your journey,
Mhm. Yeah.
and all the things that you were able to overcome,
Mhm.
what are some things that you're very proud of?
Wow. Wow. That's a loaded question. Um, Looking back on my journey, I'm just proud of the fact that I gave it another day. Every day I was giving it another day. And each day led up to this moment. So I'm so proud of myself for just being able to endure another day. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. And then just a few more questions.
Yeah.
10 years from now,
hmm
20 years from now, 30 years from now, what would you want your legacy to be?
Wow. 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 Well, first and foremost, like I said, the After Fire Foundation is my life's passion. It gives me so much meaning, turning my pain into purpose, you know, advocating for policy change for survivorship care, um, and having conversations like this that hopefully increase visibility for Black women who are, enduring inequities in the healthcare system towards, in regards to post care for survivorship. Um, I would hope that these type of conversations and my After Fire Foundation, it goes far beyond just me, and it helps people globally. Um, I I would hope and pray, if I can help even one person, I feel like, okay, wow, I did something. My
Fantastic.
experience actually, it wasn't in vain. My suffering was not in vain. So that's what I would hope for.
Wonderful.
hmm
All right. So there's someone, like I said earlier, out there that wants to reach out to you.
Yeah.
Um, Tell us about what's the website's name or the Instagram or
Okay.
Facebook. Go ahead and give us some of those details.
Okay. So the website is www.afterfirefoundation.org. And we have an Instagram page at After Fire Foundation. We have a TikTok page at After Fire Foundation. And then we have a YouTube page, After Fire Sessions.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. Wonderful.
And then to get in touch with me personally, they can email info@afterfirefoundation.org.
Fantastic. Well said.
Yeah.
All right. Claudia, of course, I've known you in the past.
Yes.
Seeing you today, I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
You are the definition of a resilient woman.
Thank you.
And I know that this message will resonate to so many people. So I really thank you for sharing a very personal story and your heart and
Yeah.
giving us valuable information.
Oh,
hmm And to everyone watching, please like, subscribe, and follow Diaspora Dad on Instagram and Spotify because your story matters. And please also, all the information that she's given, check it out. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.
thank you.